So next is sources of light. So there are two sources through which we obtain light. One is natural light and another is artificial light. So natural light, all we know what is natural light. It's a normal light we got from a sun, moon. Natural lighting is when we harness the light given out by the natural elements in the environment such as sun and moon. Natural light may be provided by wall windows, ceiling windows or roof windows. So a daylight is such an important factor in the appearance of a room that no plan of decoration should be made without considering the exposure, number of windows, amount of sunshine that enter in the rooms, trees and plants that cut down the light, and what season of the year the room is used most. So the just natural light is something, it is a that is not controlling by us, so we are just giving the exposure area for the light to enter only, so that give a beautiness to the interior. What is the importance of natural light? The exposure to natural light helps our bodies produce vitamin D. So you were studying the nutrition paper as well, so I am sure that you will be aware about the nutrient which we directly get from the sunlight. So next is it improves our circadian rhythms and sleep patterns. Circadian rhythm means it is a natural internal process that regulate the sleep wake cycle, and it repeats roughly every 24 hours. So it improves our circadian rhythms and sleep patterns. It helps us to focus, enable us to get more done, and even make us happier. Natural lighting reduces eye strain and makes it easier for people to see. It reduces the amount of mildew and mold growth, keeping your space healthier for you and your family. That it's a white coating, like in Malayalam, poopal. Okay, so it will reduce the growth of such mold. The use of natural light in a home or business space is a cleaner in all inhabitants and also helps preserve the environment. Natural light also helpful for uh, increasing the aesthetics of a space. Architects use natural light to make spaces appear larger and illuminate on an interior structure and increase the beauty of a space. Now next is sources of artificial lighting. The two common sources are, one is incandescent lamp, another is fluorescent lamp tube. So incandescent bulb is a very older one. Here the light is produced by heating a tungsten filament. I hope you know the functioning of such a normal bulb that you have already studied in your schooling. So here the light is produced by heating a tungsten filament which is highly resistant with an electric current until it glows. It contains a continuous warm mellow color spectrum. It produces heat and is costly. It is used in ceiling and portable fixtures such as table lamps. This lighting is flattering and best for warm mood lighting. These lamps are available in a wide range of wattages. A type of incandescent light is the tungsten halogen lamp. Now the next is fluorescent bulb. In a fluorescent lamp, light is produced by an arc between two electrodes inside a glass tube which is filled with a very low pressure mercury vapor. It is a relatively shadowless, even light, making it ideal for general lighting of environments where task lighting would be impractical or undesirable. In homes, fluorescent lighting is most commonly used in luminous ceiling panel. Ceiling panel is luminous ceiling panel means normally that ceiling lights, a ceiling the light which is fixed in a ceiling panel. So such type panel is called luminous ceiling panel. Then fluorescent light are also commonly used in under the cabinet lighting, over counters, in bathroom lighting, and over work surface in hobby rooms or offices. So there are three types of fluorescent bulb is there. Combat fluorescent lamps, dimmable fluorescent lighting system, colored fluorescent light. Next is artificial lighting requirement for different rooms. So that is the last part of our chapter. So the amount of light required varies according to the need or the function of an area and rooms. So the first one is entrance and passage. So what kind of lighting should be required in such space? So lighting should provide a good front door and a porch lighting. The door itself, the keyhole, the ground immediately in front of door, and the steps or steps leading up to it should be clearly visible. One can create a welcoming atmosphere by brightly lighting the entrance hall. A hall may have a direct or indirect ceiling light that can give brilliant, medium, or subdued light as required. For entrance and passage, a bright type lighting is a good choice. So because we should give a warm welcome for others to enter the room. So next is living room lighting. The main criterion of any living room is that it should has a relaxing, inviting space, flexible for all that goes on. So the lighting in one's living room would not be completed without some highlights on painting or on the crystal in one's cabinet. Apart from its stylish appeal, accent light also provide a certain amount of ambient light. Accent light is that light which mainly focused on any object or art items. Normally, you may see in TV or in big hotels, you can see there will be a small spotlight on paintings or any artwork. So that type of light is what we call accent light. So in a living room, normally that living room should be a relaxing, inviting space which is flexible for all that goes on. So normally in living room there are paintings and many crystal works, pieces will be there. So to highlight such things, we need to give some stylish lights. Next is dining room lighting. A ceiling lighting fixture is sometimes the most practical solution for lighting a dining room. The use of low-level general illumination will create a serene atmosphere. Serene means calm. A hidden spotlight can be placed to throw extra light on the table. Candlelight is pleasant for the dining table because of its softness to dinners and to the table appointments. Next is bedroom lighting. Bedroom lighting must be planned with more attention to the need of specific user than lighting for general living areas. Apart from sleeping, the bedroom introduces a multiplicity of lighting requirements such as for reading either in bed or in armchair, dressing in front of a long mirror, studying or writing letters, eating at a breakfast table, viewing television, sewing, etc. So general lighting is needed in a bedroom too for orientation purpose and in order to find things in cupboards. Child's room lighting. A child's bedroom should be furnishing with a well-lighted desk, long harsh shadows as well as glaring unscreened lamps that should be avoided. Similarly, narrow beam spotlights which are often used to provide decorative effects in other areas of home, that is also not recommended in child's room. Next is bathroom lighting. A general ceiling lighting may be sufficient for a bathroom. Several overhead fixtures could be provided for medium size or large size baths, and especially for those with the sectioned areas such as uh, tub, shower, and toilet. The most critical lighting in the mirror area of bath center is the basic for good grooming. Next is kitchen lighting. General lighting for a kitchen should be well distributed, uniform, and as shadowless as possible. Special lighting for major work areas, pantry, wall cabinets, or shelf mounted brackets can be installed as per the requirement. Next is reading room lighting. Lamps must have a proper quality and quantity of illumination for maximum concentration and pleasure of reading. So it should be placed so that the light falls comfortably on the open page. Powerful uplighters, downlighters, or the general lighting may be used with a task light as required. Next is lighting the stairways. Stairways should be well lit to prevent accidents. Switches at both ends should be provided for convenience. Utility or laundry areas need plenty of well diffused general lighting. For added security, illumination on all the sides of house is essential. Use of timers on interior light that make home look occupied when the owner is away. So the such type lights are now available in the market. If the owners are not in the house for a long week or for a long time, the when during the night time a particular time the light will automatically on, and it will switch off when it comes on morning. So such automatic lights are also available in market. Now the steps, paths, and driveways should well illuminated to make sure family members and guests are able to move about easily and safely. Lighting for TV, video games, and computers require low-level general lighting that does wash out the screen's image, nor reflect into the viewer's eye. So that's all about the requirement of different light for the different rooms. So that's the end of this chapter. So please go through the class again and again. And also after listening your class, just post one paragraph of review on this chapter, that what you learned from this class. So that is also a type of learning, because the reviews what all you post in Google class all will be go through, and when repeated reading of many reviews also help you to study and understand the chapter clearly. So I'm just going to winding up the session. So thank you